This report comes from Nick Friedel. He covers the Bulls in Chicago, and I trust him on pretty much everything he says.
I know Nick,
when it comes to
he's
Chicago.
good.
Yeah. So he reported yesterday that the young players in the Bulls locker room, quote, can't stand Dwyane Wade, and that he was sold as the guy who was supposed to be the team leader, the guy in the locker room to mentor the young guys. But that he had a big blow up with Jimmy Butler during the season, and that didn't make the young guys like him very much either. It's been a secret in Chicago, and now it's out. And they were also upset because Wade wasn't practicing, and the young guys were, and then Wade was calling them out for not doing enough hard work, which doesn't go over very well. The interesting thing is, so he's expected to be bought out, right? That obviously isn't going to work, and he's expected to make almost $24 million next year. So, if the young guys didn't like him in Chicago, and the talk now is that he's going to go to Cleveland, that makes this next story interesting. An anonymous Cavs player has said that he hoped Kyrie Irving would get a chance to lead the team and have the entire franchise on his back, which tells me that at least one, so there's probably more, of the younger guys in Cleveland really wanted for one day it to be Kyrie's team. Mm-hmm. Can it be Kyrie's team and LeBron's team at the same time?
Probably not. I mean, it's just whenever you see two companies merge, they don't have dual CEOs. Usually, it was Magic Johnson's team and Michael Jordan's team.
Right. So if Wade wasn't loved by the young players in Chicago, and now he goes to Cleveland, where the young players sounds like wanted Kyrie, is that really going to work when LeBron brings in another one of his guys?
Young people want a lot of things, but when you haven't bought a house, had a kid, been married, divorced, I'm not always deeply consumed with your opinion. A lot of young guys.
You're not consumed with people's opinions who haven't bought a house, don't have kids, and haven't been married?
I'm more interested in opinions of. I'm more in life. The more you've lived, I'm more willing to listen to your advice, I guess.
Okay.
Like just because.
But here's the thing: basketball is a young people's game. So you're going to have to play with them. You can't just play by your rules as an older person.
I would disagree. The NBA is not a young man's game. The NBA is overwhelmingly dominated by 8-year veterans and older.
But they're still young in terms of life.
But in their industry, they're not young. At 28, you are clearly on the back nine. Who dominates the NBA right now? LeBron dominates the NBA. Durant, Steph, Chris Paul. These are like 28, 29-year-old men. And by the way, in their little industry, they're like senior management. They're not like kids. Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Davis are irrelevant. They can't make the playoffs.
That's because they're...
I'm not saying if you don't own a home, I'm not going to listen to you. My point being...
I mean, you did. You did just say that.
My point is when people are providing wisdom, I generally like, what's your life experience? Millennial may be fascinating, but I tend to look at what is your resume of wisdom? What have you done? Vulnerable, fallen, gotten up, married, divorced, kids, no kids.
I just think you should be careful before you judge. You never know what a person's been through in their life, and it might not have taken them as long as you to get to that point.
That's a very good point.